Hey everyone, it's Irene from Bay Wellness Coaching. I have Jessie on the call today, and we are on our series of eco-friendly ways to save the world and save money at the same time. So I'm really excited. Jessie is going to be sharing her experiences with reusable diapers. So this is something that I have a little bit of familiarity with, but not a lot of familiarity in actually using them. So I'm really excited to hear from Jessie in terms of how her experience is using the reusable diapers. So, if you are open to starting out, could you maybe share a little bit with the listeners about how you started getting into reusable diapers?
Absolutely. Uh, so, like you, Irene, I really care about the environment and finding ways to lessen my impact, and saving money is always a bonus. Um, I actually knew family members that had used reusable diapers, but none of them were really in my age group. For instance, my mom cloth diapered me, and they were literally like a piece of cloth and safety pins. And when you think about that and cloth diapering, you're like, that's too inconvenient. I'm not going to bother with that.
Mhm.
And then I had a few friends who cloth diapered their babies, and when you see them, they don't really look super different until you get up close with them. And I was like, that's a really cute diaper. And that's kind of how I learned more about it. I actually asked for a few on my registry when I was thinking back, and I used them very intermittently. And as I was spending more money on Pampers, it was just kind of like, this is a lot of money. People spend hundreds of dollars on diapers a month. It's ridiculous, and they're also just trash. They take a long time to break down, so it kind of just bothered me in that sense. So I slowly started using my cloth diapers more and more, until we had completely switched over to it. And spending $0 a month on diapers was just a huge savings in our budget. And the amount of trash I was throwing away with the disposable ones, our trash was easily double when you're diapering one child for a full month. So it was a very visible difference, which was really
Mhm.
nice to see the
Yeah,
monetary effects and the eco-friendly effects.
that's awesome. And did you have any hesitations before starting into this? I think a lot of people think like, oh, like I'll have to clean it off myself. That sounds like a lot of work. Like maybe like what kind of hesitations were running through your mind before you started the cloth diapering?
Well, before I had babies, when I was thinking about cloth diapering, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to clean up so much poop." And then when you actually have the baby, you're like, I'm cleaning up so much poop anyway. If you are scared about the poop, you're in for a rude awakening. Um, but that was a big hesitation with me, just getting really hands on with it and cleaning it up. But I want to stress to the people listening that it's not an inconvenience compared to disposable diapers. You are just, instead of taking it off your baby and throwing that away, you're still cleaning up their bottom. But with the cloth diapers, you're taking it off, cleaning your baby, and then you're just washing the diaper instead. Now, if it's something that you really need to get off, um, they have things that are kind of like a bidet where you can hook it up straight to your toilet, and you can spray them directly into the toilet, and you don't have to touch it with your hands or anything. They also have cloth diaper liners. When you put it on the baby, you just put the liner right in. And so if they do have a bowel movement, you just take that part out, and then your diaper isn't, you know, coated in anything, and then you still just throw it in the wash. And let's be honest, when you have a baby, you're doing so much laundry anyway. It's not really that much more in that sense.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too difficult. I mean, what do you think is kind of the best thing about the diaper so far? It's really interesting that you mentioned like the bidet sprayer because I've seen other people like in their house attach one between the pipe and then their actual
Mhm.
toilet, and it's just a little handheld sprayer nozzle as well. So, like, if you can use it for two purposes, who knows? That'd be great.
Well, I would not recommend using the diaper sprayers as a bidet just because they are very high powered. But it's
Sure.
definitely super easy to hook up and use for sure. Um, the best thing, there's so many best things. if you've heard of blowouts, where it just comes up the top of the diaper, out the legs, that doesn't really happen with cloth diapers. You have the ability to really adjust the waistband and the elastics around the thighs. And as soon as we started using cloth diapers regularly, we didn't have any more blowouts, and that was a huge plus. Um, the money savings is awesome. The eco-friendliness of it is awesome. I feel like I'm forgetting things because I just love cloth diapers so much. If I think about it later, the other perks of it, I will definitely chime back in.
Mhm. And then just to kind of give people a well-rounded idea of it all, like what has been kind of the most difficult or worst thing when you have used the cloth diapers?
Um, you kind of have to get into your swing of things with cleaning them. There was a learning curve for me with throwing them in the wash. I know you can use certain detergents, but not others. For instance, you're not supposed to use detergents with fabric softeners because it can inhibit the fibers from their absorbability. So I had a few diapers in the beginning that I couldn't figure out why they were having more leaks. And it was like, this is a brand new diaper. Why is it leaking? And I had cared for it wrong in the beginning. And then I started researching and looking up how I'm supposed to be washing them and caring for them. And once I had that, they'll last you forever. They can last you for your baby, another baby, a third baby. I actually have purchased a lot of my cloth diapers from baby resells. And I had a friend who was moving away and her daughters were potty trained, give a few to me, and they're still great. So I would just say the learning curve with them was the most daunting thing. But really, once you pass that, I would not say there really is a negative with it, unless you hate laundry.
Yeah, I think with a lot of reusable products, it's a little bit of the learning curve, like menstrual cups and like some of these other things. Like it does take a little bit of learning at first, but once you get used to it, it doesn't even bother you at all. And then it's
You
more like
can't
people,
imagine back.
yeah, yeah. And it's more like new people being like, how exactly does it work? And like really needing to get the specifics before they feel comfortable doing it themselves. So
Absolutely.
you spoke a little bit about the cost savings. Like what is kind of the price range when you're looking at cloth diapers?
If you were to buy all new upfront, you would probably expect to spend $20 for a new diaper. They can vary in price based on size and style and brand. One of my favorite brands is bumgenius, and they are right around $20. You can buy cuter prints that are more expensive if you want to. And you can also, like I said, you can buy them used. There is a cleaning process that you don't do every time, but it's called stripping. And it's just an extra level of clean. So you're basically just stripping the cloth out of it, or the cloth part of it, so they can be reused. And I had no qualms buying a couple from a baby resale. I actually have a few here I can show you. And this one's a newborn size, and it actually still has the tag on it from the baby resale because I bought it after the fact in anticipation of more babies. But this one was just $6.99 at a baby resale, and it probably would have been closer to 15, could have been 20, but it's just the infant size. Um, do you want me to kind of show you the different diapers now?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think people would be really curious to see like the different sizes. Like I know you mentioned they have the newborn size, but they also have other sizes and that they're pretty adjustable versus like a lot of the disposable diapers that you'd have to throw away.
Absolutely.
You'd have to like buy a certain size and another size and then another size. But yeah, we'd love to see how all the different diapers look like.
These are awesome. So you can buy newborn sizes, but with most newborn things, they grow out of them pretty quickly. Or you can buy a standard size, which is this one. And I don't know if you can see, but look at all the different snaps. This could fit a newborn too. It does look very big and kind of silly, but it works. So you could buy all standard size if you want. Um, Jumping back to the cost saving portion, I have about 30 diapers in my rotation. So 30 times 20, that's a big chunk of money right up front that you're spending. But when you think that you could spend $100 a month on diapers for however long you potty train, say it's 18 months, that's a long time. That's a lot of money. So over the long run, you will definitely save a ton. But styles and size wise, they do have newborn, they do have standard. They come in different styles based on what you prefer and ease. This is one of my favorites. It's this the bumgenius. It's a free time. So when you wash it, the pieces don't come out, which is nice so that when you're putting them away, it's quick. You just fold it back and put it away. But that's just one of the styles, and I find it super simple. The other style I really like and found I used a lot of is the pocket style because it doesn't bunch as much, so it's much smoother. But inside you can put 1 or 2 pads. Like if you have a heavy wetter, then you'd probably want to do double. So I had 2 in this one. And this one's a thick, long one, and you can fold it over to fit the diaper. So there's 3 different sizes, and that's thicker. Oh, actually, this one's a thick one too. And they come in different fabrics. This one I believe is cotton. This one's actually bamboo. So they have tons of eco-friendly things the more you get into the diaper realm. And that's what's nice about Pocket. You could stuff this thing as full as you need to, or you can go really light. But they do come out in the wash, so you have to stuff them all back in when you're ready.
Gotcha.
That's probably the worst part of cloth diapering, putting the diapers away after you wash them.
Gotcha.
And then this one is a snap-in style. So this snaps right off. And you can, so you have the liners. So the benefit of these types is if this gets soiled or really covered in poop, you can do a lighter wash on these and really go to town on these ones. And that one's, just to give you guys different brand choices, that one's called a Nikki's diaper. So I don't have all bumgenius. Bumgenius are probably more on the expensive side. And this one's Best Bottoms. It's another snap-in kind. These ones are really easy to clean and wipe off. As you can see, they have more of a waterproof layer, and this one also has another fabric layer, but they're all waterproof. Don't think that when your child goes to the bathroom, it's just going to seep through. The outside is waterproof on all of these.
Gotcha.
When you get leaks, it's going to be through the legs probably.
Oh, and can you wear these to like go swimming? I actually am like kind of curious. Like, do you just keep wearing the reusable diapers? Do they have a special version for, say, like swimming or anything like that?
So there are swim diapers. They're not really meant to absorb. They're just meant to keep poop in if your child poops in a public pool. They do have disposable swim diapers too, but the thing about the disposables is it's like I don't know, it turns into a gel. If you ever put a diaper in water and it's a disposable one, they puff up and they get gel and like thick and soggy. Oh, that was another plus side I like to these. I live in San Diego. I don't know if you can tell, I'm really warm in my house right now, but a lot of the time we'll just have our daughter running around in the cloth diaper and they don't get saggy and they actually look really cute. It's a little pet peeve of mine seeing kids run around in saggy, soggy diapers.
Yeah, they have like all these colors and patterns and they look like shorts almost. So,
And I have gotten these wet with her, like when we go to the beach. She wears these, and if they get wet in the water, it's not like they sag and fall off. They maintain their shape. They're just completely saturated, so you wouldn't want to leave them in it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Very
Cool.
versatile.
Yeah. And I guess, are there any other last things you think people should know about using reusable diapers?
Just the takeaway is that I thought it was going to be an inconvenience. I was like, I'd rather just use the throwaway ones. Being a parent is hard enough, you know, but I have really found, and I want to hammer home, it's not an inconvenient switch. I had like, what, 5 or 6 things that I listed that I love about these, and there are far more on the negative side of disposable diapers. Hands down, I would choose these. And like I mentioned before, I'm keeping these for any future kiddos.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like a one-time purchase and you can reuse them, resell them in the future. You can buy them
Yeah.
used. So it's really a lot less waste production. So that sounds really awesome to me. Are there any other baby products that you've been really happy with in terms of like reusability?
I did. After I kind of got more invested in the cloth diapers, I went on this research like spiral. I wouldn't call it a downward spiral, it was an upward spiral. So I started looking into other things, and you can also buy reusable baby wipes. So these are just cotton. These are bumgenius. It came in a pack of 12. And when I say they're just cotton, I guess they're kind of like a flannel material. You can make these yourself if you still don't want to spend the money on buying a package. But uh, don't quote me on this because I got to this too late in the game. I used actual baby wipes for my daughter. Uh, but I think it's just a mixture of like water and witch hazel. And you just use these, and you have a spray bottle and you spray them on and you use that as a wipe. And you throw them in your wash with your cloth diapers, and then boom, another thing of savings by not buying wipes. And then another thing I really like, because once my daughter started eating solid foods, or by solid foods, I mean purees, um, we were using those one-time plastic pouches. They look like this, with the twist off and whatnot. Um, and then she eats it and she's done and she throws it away. But purees are so easy to make. I started making our own purees, and these are actually reusable. These are baby brezza. So it looks pretty much just like the other one, but it opens from the side. And when you're putting your food in, it comes with this handy dandy thing that keeps it open. You pour your puree in, close it up. Ta-da! Now you have your pouch ready to go. They are a little inconvenient to clean, but if you get like the straw brushes and get them right away, don't let them sit. That's my best piece of advice. Don't let them sit. Then I've had these for over 6 months and they're still going, and it was like a pack of 12 too, I think.
Yeah,
Let me
that's something
think.
that even small children, not even babies, would probably be into for a pretty long time. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, my daughter is potty trained now. She's just over 2, but we still use these pouches. It's not so much just like purees because she's more adventurous with her food now, but I make smoothies and I put them in there. And I guess that's kind of it for the reusable baby things. I use paper towels in my house for, her, but also us and little messes, reusable paper towels. And there's some fancy ones you can get that Velcro to each other, and you put it back on one of the dispensers. So it's not as inconvenient as you might think. And the other thing I wanted to mention was baby resells. I know I kind of mentioned it before, but having kids is expensive. And if you can buy things used that are in decent condition, that's what I do. I spent probably a fraction of the cost on having a baby by just going to baby resells. San Diego alone has at least 5 in my area. So
Wow. And how did you find out about the baby resells? Or like, do they
gosh, how did I
advertise?
find out about that? No, I feel like they didn't advertise enough, because before I had kids, I had no idea that that was a thing. I must have had a friend that mentioned it to me or something, because I honestly can't remember. But once I found out, I just started researching. I'm like, they're everywhere. You can get baby gates, baby clothes, um, baby diapers. They have all like the sleepers, the rockers. You can get cribs sometimes, and it's maybe 20% of the full price cost. I totally recommend anyone who's listening to just research your baby resale before you buy anything full price. Except car seats. Buy car seats full price. You never want to buy a used car seat.
Gotcha. Yeah, good safety tips. Yeah, I think they have all kinds of resale places for all kinds of random things. So that's cool. They'll have like a little convention, and then people get together and resell their products. Yeah, I'd actually heard of them before too. So that's really cool that you're able to find even the cloth diapers there, which is like probably something that people don't really think about. Like, I guess if you're not into the reusable product space, they probably
It would
don't
kind
even
of
think
freak
of.
you out at first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then like once you start using it, it sounds fine. Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know that many people who use cloth diapers. So really excited that we got to share your story into cloth diaper ship. And
Totally.
yeah, Great. So
Well,
if
I hope
anybody's
we've
listening, check
inspired
it out.
people.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'll definitely be recommending it to people, or at least have them consider it or look into it. So I'm excited about that. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to our channel to see more videos in the future. But thanks again, Jessie, for being on the show today and sharing your experience. Signing off all together now. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Take care.